For the past few years, I have really been enjoying Project Moon's games, having accumulated almost 700 hours on their current ongoing work Limbus company, 200 hours in Library of Runa, one of my favorite games ever made, and 50 or so hours in LobCorp. That isn't credentials for why you should listen to me. I just want to point out that I am in fact a fan of these games too. I'd go even as far to say that Project Moon makes some of the most enjoyable games I've played in recent years. However, despite me enjoying them, I know there's a problem with these games. Typically in Limbus company, there is a clear and defining problem within the game. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, what is power creep? I found a suitable definition for it in the Wiktionary, which I will read out right now. Power creep is the situation where successive updates or expansions to a game introduce more powerful units or abilities, leaving the older ones underpowered. Now, you may be asking yourself, how does this apply to Limbus? As Limbus is an ever-evolving game, IDs that are released early on usually get power crept due to bosses getting harder over time and IDs needing to be better. However, what if I told you the point of today's video isn't talking about what one ID is better than the other? In fact, these two IDs are really good. Despite what opinions you may parrot off TikTok, these two IDs are for separate teams entirely, and both contribute a lot to their respective teams. So no, I don't give a shit about meta. What I want to talk about is... Okay, hold on, this is interesting, I promise. Before the release of the new Intervalo, there's been 4 characters who are widely agreed upon to have the biggest breasts in all of PM. That being Faust, Angela in LobCorp, she got breast reduction surgery in Runa, Rodion, and Olga. Olga is to be noted because I think she inspired one of the hottest IDs in the game, in my opinion, while the 2 other sinners having prevalent and noticeable breast sizes throughout most of their IDs. An honorable mention going to Don Quixote, but I think she binds a lot, so I'm not going to count her for this one. And then last but certainly not least, Angela. They're just big, what do you want me to say? Olga, Rodion, Faust, and Angela lived in harmony. That was all up until... A new threat was on the horizon. Meet Rufo, a Ring Favis docent on the level of Ricardo in terms of ranking. You might see her design and say, oh, she's pretty, and yeah, you're right. However, under that beautiful face, there lies something horrifying beneath. It's not the brutality of her art, nor her physical augmentations. No, it's worse. What takes place below that face of hers is... it gives me conniptions to even think about it. Why are they so big? Somehow, someway, Rodion has got an ID where her boobs are smaller than the character it's based on. How? As much as it's attractive, I'm also scared that this was possible? Like, looking back on it, not even Olga can compete with this. Olga got her boobs power crept somehow. I have to know the black magic for doing this and not making the character feel too sexualized. It's crazy. Somehow, someway, Project Moon managed to make a woman with breasts so big that it mogs a literal fat woman, but not to the point where it's sexualized? I'm serious when I say this is some sort of black magic because there is no fucking way you look me in the eyes and say a woman has fatter tits than Rhodia and she's not sexualized. What? This has gotten to the point where I am more interested in PM's character design magic than I am attracted to this woman. It's actually insane. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got. This new Rodion sucks because she doesn't wag her tail. Okay, bye.